I think today was very much dominated by our defense. I was a little bit surprised. We had a lot of rhythm this spring throwing the ball, and today we just didn't have the kind of rhythm we had. But I give our defensive kids a lot of credit. They came here today, they competed well, and they pretty much dominated the scrimmage. I think you'd like to have had a little more balance in the day. We just didn't finish enough drives offensively to feel like it was a good day offensively. So. Mike Strauss was somewhat sporadic out here today. Ben made some plays, but we didn't have the kind of consistency that we needed to have. Certainly didn't have the consistency in the run game that I need to have. So, we finished up last spring with a pretty much defensive dominated performance. We're a better football team today than we were last year at this time. But once again, the defense kind of found a way to dominate the day. I think we improved on a lot of things. Our defensive secondary got a lot of work. We had a couple guys out this spring. We had a couple guys really step up in the secondary, and I think it showed real well today. We were in need of finding an inside linebacker. Got a couple candidates that stepped forward this spring. D-line played well pretty much all spring long. Offensively, just a little disappointed in our inability to be consistent out here. We've got big play capability. We got big play players, but it really didn't show itself very well out here today. We went through, 15 practices and, 5 weeks of spring football, so I got a little different perspective than maybe someone that just came in here and watched today. But no one really took control of the spot. There were some signs of guys being able to make plays. Jacoby did have a big play down here in the red zone. McKinney, TJ Moon got hurt. I'm a little concerned about what we might find there. But those three guys have kind of been stacked up on each other all spring long, and there's no way I can name a starting running back at this point. It's critical. I mean, there's, I guess it's a handful of years ago, but we used to have 20 of them, and the NCAA made a decision to cut from 20 to 15. I think it's a good decision, but these 15 practices are 100% necessary. There's so many things you have to do in football, not just your conditioning, your core conditioning, but the fundamentals, the teaching of the blocking, the tackling, the execution of the systems. An awful lot goes into it, and you need to have your time out here in the spring to put your team together. And every year after the season ends and your seniors depart, you're rebuilding your football team every year. In the winter and these spring practices are essential to give ourselves a chance to be successful. Mike's a talented quarterback. He's a talented athlete. He's a good leader. He has great presence and understanding of our offense. And again, today we just were not really on the same page or in sync. Didn't pass protect real well either, which was kind of a trademark for us a year ago. But there's no doubt Mike Strauss has got the makeup and the talent to be able to lead us to an outstanding season. Ben, he did obviously flash, and he made some big plays early. He had a big play, I think, on that first drive. We didn't punch it in for a touchdown. That was disappointing. But we're going to find ways to get him the ball as a ball carrier, as a receiver out of the backfield, and then obviously as the receiver on catch and run plays, as well as throws down the field. Stephen Barnett got hurt about a week and a half ago. He really wasn't full speed, but we never really got the ball launched down the field for some big plays that happened every day in practice here this spring. So Stephen didn't really get a play down the field. Rashad didn't really get a play down the field. Reggie Diggs really didn't get a play down the field, but that's certainly a part of our offense. And then Sam Roller did not play today, and Sam's a pretty gifted offensive weapon, in particular as a receiver.
Well, I think our defense came out here really energized. Everybody knew their assignments. They knew they were supposed to do, and I think that was a big key to our success today. Came out here, executed the defenses like we needed to, and we ultimately came with a victory, which we were very happy about. Well, I think with the coaching staff change last year, Coach Rocco said he really didn't know much about us. He was really getting settled in, kind of getting to know the different players on defense and on offense as well. But I think our group has really come together as a unit this year, and as I said earlier, we've been able to execute efficiently and effectively on the field. Well, to be honest with you, I think Coach Rocco mentioned earlier earlier today, kind of holding that taste in our mouth after William and Mary. And that was kind of, I think, the peak of our performance. I think we just carried over from that. There was really no letdown from any position. And the guys who did leave our program last year, we had some younger guys step in and fill some roles that we really needed them to. And we just kept moving forward as the spring went on. So I think we just started where we left off last fall. It's a big honor. And John Lobb was my roommate last year, living off campus, and he talked to me a lot, especially when his career was over and he was moving on. He told me to really take a leadership role and step up this offseason in the weight room, on the field, in the meetings. And I kind of took his advice and went forward with it. And I'm happy I did, because I'm really excited about this upcoming season, really excited about our offense and defense, really excited to lead our team forward. You know, I think one of the big things that I pride myself on is consistency with every play, every rep, footwork, hands, and I like to consider myself an energetic guy, likes to get the guys going, and as I said earlier, the leadership role that I've developed, I've definitely improved as a player as far as my technique, footwork, hands, but I think my leadership abilities have really stepped up these last 15 practices.
Well, during the off season, we always got to focus on the weights. If you're not competing in the weight room, you're not lifting hard and doing what you're supposed to do. And there, I mean, you're just more susceptible to getting injured. So everything I try to do is just based off of what Coach Stu and the rest of the coaches have us do, was just get stronger and bigger. And I feel like I'm just ready to go on the field because of what we do in the weight room. So I think I was able to translate that to the field today. I'm not trying to take anything away from the defense, but I think the point system is a little in their favor. But along with that, I think Coach Trott is an amazing defensive coordinator. I think he always has the defense prepared and ready to go. And on top of that, they just flat out made plays today. I mean, they got in a rhythm and they got a couple 3-and-outs, which really hindered us from moving the field. Because once we get going, I think everyone in the fans or in the stands could see today, is once we get going, we're able to really move the field. We just weren't able to finish today. I think that was a thing that we really got to work on this summer and translate that over to the fall. But the thing is, with this offense and our wide receivers, if teams were to try to do that, a couple years ago, Trey was our focal point, and we really took advantage of that, and teams still couldn't really guard that. I think if we did that this year with me, I think it'd be really hard for teams to even come close, because if they sit on me, that just means Stephen Barnett, Reggie Diggs, Rashad Ponder, Dominique Miller, Sam Roller, Hunter Westfall, Sean Fitzpatrick. We have too many athletes. We have too many guys. So if you make me the focal point and you try to do that as a defense, I feel like everyone else is just going to get off, because we have so many great, outstanding players on this team. It means the world to me. I think the respect of my teammates is up front the most thing that I appreciate the most, and that's because I do everything for them. And you know, it's a team sport. We talk about all the time. 10 guys don't do, or one guy doesn't do their job on the field at one point. That means that play's not going to work. It's not necessarily like basketball. One guy can individually do it. I depend on those guys, and they depend on me. That means the world to me. So that's just one of the goals. I was very happy to get that.